Camp content. I'm gonna state some ground rules before we continue with the stream. First of all, please do not ask me personal questions at this time. We're here to chat about Disventure Camp, not me. Well, I guess kind of we're talking about my channel and what I should do going forward with Disventure Camp content, and I need need your all input because I make videos on this channel. Well, I usually do what I like. I like making content like in for myself in mind, but the output is you all, and I think you all do have a say on what I put out. Like if you want to see like the certain video, like sometimes I can do a poll and I'm like, "Would you like to see this video idea I have?" Like I did with a video I did a while ago. American Puppet Fan discusses the Linkus Link Puppet Special. Now that video is finished, I just have to upload it. I've been waiting to do that. Maybe after this stream I will upload the video. So yeah, today, some point, I'm gonna upload that video and it will be out by Thursday, like I planned. But anyway, yeah, what else did this stream is mainly gonna be about the future of Disventure Camp content on my channel and what you all think. And yeah, once people enter the stream, I will get started. Now if I sound a little bit stressed out, it's because there have been crappy things going on in my life, like yesterday, and I'm not gonna get into it, but it happened. But yeah, if at any point I end the stream abruptly, that's because someone called me. I'm supposed to get a phone call sometime this week, or eventually. I really have no idea. Oh, let's see. There's no one here yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen if no one's here. I guess I'll just, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should stream this a little bit after, but I decided, because of how my day was gonna plan out, I just decided to stream now. So you're all oh, hello. You're probably all wondering what's the problem. Well, you see, Jared, one of the co-creators of Disventure Camp, sent out, tweeted some things. Now I will read them to you. And I just want to say for the record, I'm trying to set my channel is, my channel is like 13 plus. That's the content. I make like 13 plus content, but it's still like family friendly. So this is what Jared said. Well, I have to go digging for it now. So just keep in mind, my channel is supposed to be, my channel is supposed to be 13 plus, even though there is family-friendly content. Like, I don't swear in my videos, and I don't really make a lot of, certain types of jokes. I don't really, I don't know, I'm not really that type of person to, I don't know. You kind of get what I mean, but anyway, here's what Jared said. Someone said, beforehand, reminder that Disventure Camp is not for children. I honestly thought this was common sense. They're not the target audience, and that's right. I kind of tried to explain on my live streams that this content is not geared towards children, like the Disventure Camp series. I'm not the Disventure Camp series, what am I saying? It's not like Total Drama Island, where it's like on a kids channel, like in America. They aired it on Cartoon Network. Obviously this isn't for kids, and I tried to like preface this in my streams where I said there was swearing and stuff. And yeah, I don't know if I did a good job of saying that. And obviously, there is no swearing in Total Drama Island. Because yet again, it aired on Cartoon Network. I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe in Total Drama Rama, Owen said a bad word, and then Chef was like, "Boy, you can't say that." I don't know. I'm just making a joke that actually didn't happen, but what do I know? I've never seen Total Drama Rama. For those of you that don't know what that is, that was their attempt to have like all of them as like you know how some shows have like a baby or like a kid version of it? That was based like where the characters are all kids and stuff, like Muppet Babies and Tom and Jerry Kid. Yeah, that was basically that. So enough about that, and this is what Jared said about that. The Disventure Camp showrunner. Yes, and not only isn't our target, no one younger than 15 should be watching Disventure Camp. I might post about this because if it isn't clear enough in seasons 1 through 3, it's totally evident in the spin-offs in season 4 that this show is directed to a more mature audience. So yeah, let me break this down. So, I mean, I was kind of right in my suspicions that I just kind of thought, maybe this is like, I don't know, I kind of knew it was like not for kids, obviously, because there's like swearing and some other stuff that I normally don't do. But, bro, one of the creators is like, no one under 15 should watch it. I mean, I kind of thought, yeah, maybe it's PG through 13 because, there's swearing, there's relationships that are a little more like it's that are more what I'm trying to say that relationships take like a fuller like I mean, I guess in like other things that aren't really PG-13, they do have like relationship um there is like romance in it, but I'm just like the romance is taking more of it. I don't know. That's what my dad noticed when we were watching season 2. Even though I mean there was already like romance stuff in season 1, but maybe that's where I'm getting at. I don't know, but I mean I just thought maybe this is just a PG through 13 thing. But no, the creator just flat out said, like, one of the creators, like, there's another creator named Robert. He voices Oliver and Connor, and Jared's over here like, no one under 15 should be watching Disventure Camp. And reminder that my content is 13 plus. So I was just over here like, what do I do? Because obviously my streams are pretty tame compared to what Disventure Camp has to offer. And, someone is asking, my niece who's 15, oh, hi, hello, Logan. And my cousin who's 7 watches the show, should I stop them? And the person in the reply, not Jared, this is the person that said, reminder that Disventure Camp is not for children, da 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 da, said, I keep that in mind that Disventure Camp is not an educational show. Showing shows like this to kids is actually harmful to their further development. I mean, I'm not gonna let like 5 or 7 year olds watch like the show or even my channel because I'd feel very like uncomfortable if I think I made this evident in a video, like people under 13 should not be watching my content, not because it's like bad or anything, but just for like so I'm gonna go through this all again where I explain why. There's this thing called COPPA or COPA. I don't know how it's pronounced, but basically, um Kappa is basically like um it's supposed to like protect children's data, and sometimes I do like polls and like forms, like Google Forms, to be like, hey, this is just how I'm seeing if you like my content and what I want to do more with my channel, da 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 da. Don't really want to get involved with that, so that's just me being cautious. But yeah, back to what this person said. And then it went, okay, it contains violence. I mean, I guess it does when you're poisoning someone. Suggestive dialogue. Yeah, there's like, I didn't say this in the stream whenever I was doing the Disventure 19 stream. I don't remember if I was, but basically, Oliver was hinting at something, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But yeah, and there's characters who are bad people. Well, yeah, I guess they're talking about Fiore and Yule, and I could probably go on. Children are still learning to differentiate good and bad, between good and bad, which is true. I mean, but wouldn't that mean shows like, okay, now hear me out. Maybe this sounds like, I don't know, like not people, kids should not be watching Caillou or Peppa Pig for that same reason, because the characters can be like really bad role models. Like, I don't know, Caillou would be like, I want something, mommy. And then mom's like, okay, Caillou, here you go. And Caillou's like, yay. Oh, wait, Caillou's just like throwing a tantrum before all this. I forgot to add that. And then Peppa Pig's just like, I don't know, a brat. not like not like the album Brat. I've never listened to that album. No, she's like spoiled rotten, but not like that bad. But I'm just saying, like, kids could emulate that behavior too, but that's a little more calm. That's more better than trying to poison someone. I don't know why I keep on going back to Yule trying to poison Aiden. Maybe it's because, I don't know, Aiden's my favorite and Yule's my least favorite, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm not saying Disventure Camp is the same quality or the same show as those two shows. I'm just saying I'm seeing a similarity with those two. And someone's like Rutro, and someone's like, thank gosh I discovered you at 18. Lol. Yeah, I started watching Disventure Camp. I'm not gonna at the age I am now, which is older than 18. That's all I'm gonna say. Then someone's like, a good thing I just turned 15. Someone just, I'm just like, a disclaimer. Let's see. And then someone's like, I refuse to accept that. Well, I'm sorry, you might have to accept that. And then someone's like, I agree that Disventure Camp is not a kid's show, which is true. And they go on to say it includes, like, discrimination stuff. You know, like, Yule being like, you can't wear a swimsuit, Gret, you're too fat, or something like that. Like, whenever I told one of my friends what Yule was doing, she was, like, horrified. And I do not, well, she was just like, oh my gosh. Like, and then I eventually was like, hey, guess who got eliminated? Da 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 da. But yeah, as long as your show looks like Total Drama Island, children will forever be 80% of your viewership. I mean, that is true. Now, as a child, I was not allowed to watch Total Drama Island, and that might affect how I like Disventure Camp more. But apparently, that is true. If you're trying to make, it's like with Super Mario Logan. It's like, I guess I can't call him that anymore. I mean, SML, because of the whole lawsuit thing. It's just like, where am I getting at with this? Basically, it's like, you know how that uses an IP that could be viewed for all ages? Well, it's kind of like this, only it's different where they have original characters and it's just a show inspired like Total Drama Island instead of it being made with plushies of like the Total Drama Island characters. But maybe we could see Super okay, I can't call them that. SML and Disventure Camp from two sides of the same coin in a way. You know, whenever I got into whenever I first watched Jeffy videos, yes, I used to like Jeffy. I was not going around being like, you have to like Jeffy and you have to like him now, or bad things will come to you. No, I wasn't like that. Don't worry. I was just I didn't really like do anything if people didn't like Jeffy. But yeah, I think I was 15 when I first discovered those videos, but I didn't become an avid viewer until like I want to say 17, which I think that's what Logan said was the okay age range, and my brother and his friend were like watching the show too. So, yeah, I mean, I can see definitely as a viewer why you'd want to mark Disventure Camp as like um 15 plus. And yes, I think I mentioned this in the stream, like I think someone like I think someone like I hope these retweets don't have like spoilers. I think this one spoiler had like a screenshot. Um but someone's like, I'm not gonna read it out loud, but like it's complicated. I'm not gonna read it. I guess I'll discuss it for another day when that episode comes out Saturday. And then this one person made a good point, like mature content doesn't equal sexuality, just so you know. I mean, that is true. I mean, from like I don't know, two people holding hands, that's one thing. I'm not gonna get that deep into it, but if it's just like romantic stuff, then it's fine. I think that's where I'm gonna go with that, but you know, there's other stuff in Disventure Camp other than like romance stuff because yeah, I mean, in all shows, not all shows, but like not like preschool shows, but like like the older shows, like not what am I mean, the shows for 6 and up, I guess, 7 and up, like and other types of media, there is like romance, like um where am I going with this? I'm trying to say that in shows there are romance is a either a cornerstone or just a little slither of what they have to offer depending on the shows. Like I don't know if I think if I'm comparing that one scene of SpongeBob where in the chocolate episode where they go on a date with the old ladies, I don't think that really counts because it's just a one-off joke. Like, oh, they rented the whole restaurant for their dates. And then SpongeBob like or Patrick's like, how long have you known each other? And then the older lady's like, what did you say? That's a great episode, but that's not the point I'm trying to make here. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Like, um, trying to like in the Owl House, like the growth of Luce and Amity. I can't pronounce her name, but that's a big part of the series, and other stuff like I'm gonna use the Deadpool movie. that I recently watched as an example, like it's not like Wade's relationship with Vanessa, like he wants her, but she's just like, okay, I don't really, because of like things from like the second movie from what I'm aware of, they're not really on good terms or something. But yeah, romance is in a lot of old, not old, shows for like kids that are older than like 6 or something. I don't really know. I'm not an executive. I don't know how to label stuff. And then yeah, the show, like someone says the show includes a lot of like topics that I don't really talk about on my channel. Um but yeah, like it's like very, it gets heavy sometimes. Like, okay, I have a perfect example to talk about um why you should probably not watch, why little Timmy shouldn't watch Disventure Camp. And sometimes I like use placeholder names if I mean like, oh, this child should not watch Disventure Camp. That's what I mean by little Timmy. So Rhea almost killed Aiden. Do you all remember that? When Rhea was like, when Aiden was falling from a high point, and Rhea was just gonna leave him to fall, and Link was like, don't worry, Aiden, James is coming," and it was just like, yeah, she didn't have to like do that. In fact, she didn't even have to do a lot of things, but she just went the extra mile and tried to kill Aiden. And yeah, I mean, that's different from like, oh, Pikachu faints in a battle. I mean, I was watching Pokemon whenever I was like 6. I didn't need to be watching Disventure Camp whenever I was like 6. So yeah, that's because, they're not, Pikachu didn't like die. He just like fainted and then he's just like okay after the battle. Or sometimes, yeah, there would be some times where, Pikachu would have issues with his electricity stuff, like in the Ruby and Sapphire anime, or the Black and White anime. But yeah, it wasn't like anything like Rhea kills Rhea attempts to murder Aiden or something. Then one person jokes about how to keep away from the episode 14 of season 3, where they do TikTok dances. And then someone's like, I don't know why folks are mad. It's pretty straightforward and obvious why Disventure Camp is 15 plus. Excuse me. You can argue about the writing is, or I don't know what that stands for, but you can't deny the amount of serious topics the seasons have covered, bad or not. And then the same person just like, it's just an age rating implication. I mean, that's true. And then some people are like excited because they're like, oh, because there's gonna be a Tom Jake spinoff, and yeah, they think there's gonna be something more going on, but if that happens, I don't know what I'm gonna do because this channel is family friendly in a way, and I'm just like, what do I do? But yeah, and then someone brought up the arc about, I think, Gret, and yeah. Um, and then someone's like, kids are going crazy right now. Oh my gosh, people have been mad at Odd Nation Cartoons for months saying their show isn't kid friendly, and now they're clearly still mad. It's up to the parents to decide it's okay for them to watch, plain and simple. So you guys are probably wondering, why did I show this show to my chat? Well, you know, sometimes I like show him object shows, and I just like bonding with my family members about like things that I think that are special interests, and I want to like watch shows with them. This is just one of the shows, and yeah, I don't think he's said anything like um particularly um I don't know. Like I can't think of anything other than what I've already said in the stream to like mention, but my brother has seen some of Disventure Camp, and he said it was season 2, and he said they need like better microphones or something, and I was like, well, it gets better in season 3, and right now I'm on season 3 with my dad, so no, my brother does not watch Disventure Camp with us. He was just waiting for it to end so we could like look at this game we got. But yeah, and then someone's like, why are some people getting angry? No one can stop others from watching the show. It's pretty much a disclaimer. You see, there's comprehension lacking time. Whether you're a kid or an adult, one develops. Some of you fall into, what about me? Then someone made a joke about 13 to 14-year-old followers were the baddies for watching Disventure Camp. No, I'm not mutuals with this person if you are asking. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, there's more. There's more. Don't worry, there is more to talk about. Um, Someone's like, it's kind of hard to stop these children from watching Disventure Camp because it's on YouTube and it's animated. There isn't anything against the Disventure Camp team. It's just a YouTube thing in general. Even the age restricted kids is like, even if it's age restricted, kids are gonna lie about their age on YouTube, so it's really hard to control your target. And then Jared said, "I agree. Shows on YouTube, any show or YouTube shouldn't be responsible of it." And like Super Mario, I can't call him that anymore. And like Logan from SML said, "Their parents should be the ones, not only in this case but in general, very dangerous to let your kids on the internet without any supervision." And I do agree with that last part, especially since I run a channel that is 13 plus. But yeah, 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 I think we should not let kids have any internet supervision. I mean, like you said, it is dangerous, and some of those kids are in fact might be subscribed to my channel, which I tried to make clear in one video, like, maybe you shouldn't watch this channel. Not that I provide any harmful content, it's just me talking about stuff like the weakest link puppet special. But yeah, one person said, I'm pretty sure most of the parents don't even know what their kids are watching, aka they watch it secretly, or they don't care. Considering most kids have been growing up with social media at a very young age, this wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Yeah, I've actually seen 11-year-olds have a Twitter account, and I didn't have a Twitter account until like 18. Like, my parents were like very strict about where I could go and stuff. Well, not really. I mean, most of the time I'd have to ask to get on YouTube until a certain age, I guess. I don't really know, but eventually I had to stop. Eventually I could get on it whenever I'd like. Someone suggested maybe put a content disclaimer at the beginning. What will the first episode of season 14 be about? And then someone asked, Jared, could you please explain this because it's confusing? I got this off the IMDb page, so let's look at this. You all can't really see it. I might link it. Um, but no one's really here, so I don't know what to do. But basically, the certification, maybe I'll put it in the thumbnail, I don't know. Basically, the certification for like on the IMDb page. Now, I learned Sunday on a SML iceberg chart that the IMDb page was made by a fan, and the certification, let's go through this, shall we? In Canada, it's PG, self applied. In Mexico, it's TV 14. I'd probably agree with that. United Kingdom, it's 12, self applied. I think in Europe, they had to label the Pokemon game 17 plus because of the gambling aspect. Back whenever they had gambling and Pokemon. United Kingdom, 14 plus some episodes. United States PG self-applied. I think that's like YouTube doing that, maybe, because on the Edgeworld content, it is like they have like a rating of Y plus, and yeah, Edgeworld far more kid friendly than Disventure Camp, no doubt about it. But there are zombies, and I don't know. There's like the whole episode where a character dies. I'm not gonna not anyone like okay. It might be important to another character, but he just like died. I let me look in the wiki. I think he died because in like the Easter special, he's still sad over his death. So I think they killed him off completely. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the character that I am looking for. If you know, you know. But I'm pretty sure he's dead, but I could be wrong. That's what I'm trying to look for. It was Um. Oh, okay. So the guy's name was John, and he died. Spoilers for anyone in the chat. There's no one in the chat, but yeah, John died in the end, and I guess in Neighbors, but it's non-canon because it was like one of the comics. So. Yeah, hopefully they release books soon. I think they are because they have like a sale on their merch store right now. So, yeah, maybe I can snaggle one of those. Why am I saying snaggle? I don't know. But yeah, he died. So, yeah, still like, yeah, that's pretty rough. So, but they like, I don't know. Like at the end, this guy with rats is because it's called the end, so it's like a finale. The guy's like, and that's Ed's world, and then the kids are like, and then the guy's like, "Are you sure that's what happened or something like that?" And then he's like, "Yeah," and then he's like, "Oh right," and it just shows the ghost of him, and it's just like, "Alrighty, maybe it's not a good time to do streams at like." 10 a.m. But thank you for all the positivity so far. But yeah, now here comes the discussion part. So what do y'all think? Should I still make like this Venture Camp content? What should I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And that's why I wanted to come to YouTube on stream to ask you all what to do. Because it's like, I don't know. Do I? I don't really know. So I'm just going to keep the stream up and like you guys can comment on the stream because, I'm gonna leave this stream public. And you all can comment what I should do about it after you watch the whole thing, hopefully. And we can go from there and we can have a nice little discussion in the comment section. It was nice getting on and kind of rambling about stuff. Let me know what I should do going forward, and I guess I'll upload that one video. So I guess I will the next you'll hear from me is that Thursday where I upload that video that you all said that 8 of you said you wanted. The one where I talk about the weakest link. Yeah, maybe I'm a little confused because do they have a weakest link in America? I guess I'll Google that right before I get off stream. Yeah, cause is that the same? Yeah, there's apparently a weakest link video game. Maybe Dan and Phil made an episode about that on the gaming channel. I guess that, um, okay, it originally ended in March 31st, 2012 when the host Anne completed her contract. Um, there is a 2020 revival. I don't know who does it. There's a French version though, because I was like talking about it with my friend and she was talking about someone else and I'm like someone else who was the host and I was like um anyway, the people that were in the host was like um here is what this is so this is a little preview of me complaining about how mean she was. Oh, that's right. I think there is like not a YouTube, a United States version of Jane Lynch. So, yeah, no wonder she was confused. We were confused. I was talking about the UK host and not the US host. Now I can like be like, "Hey, friendo, I figured out why we were confused. Here's why." Well, anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.